Good topic. I'm not going to hold you guys up, and let's go ahead and get into the next topic, which is pretty interesting. This is actually about a top, like it says here, a top federal prosecutor in Massachusetts resigns after damning ethics report. So I'm assuming this is her right here. I was assuming that it was a male, but it's not a male. You know, females can do great things too. I'll be right back. I'm about to just grab this bottle real quick, pour up a shot. You know what I'm saying? You know, get right for this report. Let's see what's going on. And what did she do? What did she do that was unethical, especially as a prosecutor? You know, prosecutors are supposed to be like some of the most ethical people, you know, of all time. You know, they deal with the law. And, you know, because they deal with the law and they're constantly throwing people in jail and punishing people for breaking the law, then you would just assume after literally throwing people away for years because of the non-ethical things that they did, you would assume that these would just be the most ethical people. It's almost like having a chef that doesn't understand he needs to wash his hands before he cooks. It just doesn't make sense. A top chef is always going to know these things because they're a top chef. So, let's see what it's saying. And shout out to you guys if you're watching and if you have a little drink with you. Cheers. Make yourself at home. This is a safe place, you know? I gotta drink it with water. I can't take shots anymore, guys. I'm not in college anymore, you know? Now, it says the top federal prosecutor in Massachusetts will submit her resignation by the end of the week to President Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe. Gotta love Joe. Joe's been looking good lately. He needs to stop thinking that he can govern our country because he's doing a terrible job. But he's been looking good lately. Have you seen him? I don't think we've caught him sleep lately. You know, I don't think he's fallen off of any bikes or airplane steps or anything lately. So, you know, shout out to Joe Biden. People think I hate Joe Biden. I don't hate Joe Biden. I just don't like what he's doing when I got to go to the grocery store or go get some gas and, you know, the prices is out of hand. No. Her lawyer said Wednesday after reports found she committed serious ethical misconduct. I wonder what she did. Now, it says the Department of Justice internal watchdog began a probe last year after U.S. Attorney for Massachusetts Rachael Rollins attended a Democratic fundraiser last July featuring First Lady Jill Biden. Despite advice, this would violate ethics guidelines. Now, it says we found Rollins' conduct described throughout this report violated federal regulations, numerous DOJ policies, her ethics agreement, and they got her with a lot, and applicable law, and fell far short of the standards of professionalism and judgment that the department should expect of any employee, much less a U.S. attorney, the DOJ and General's office said in their report. Now, it says the 161-page found that Rollins, who was appointed by President Biden, used her official position to try to help the election effort of a fellow Democrat for the county district attorney position. Essentially saying it's kind of like it's coercion, you know, and everything like that. Like almost like the person didn't get a fair chance, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. You know, because when you're a judge, obviously you can't have any type of bias. So I'm thinking that's kind of the issue here. Maybe they're saying it's non-ethical because she clearly would have a bias for this Democratic person because, you know, she may have worked with them in the past or, you know, and everything that's saying like that, using her position to help a fellow Democrat, somebody that she might have been cool with, somebody that she might have been friends with, as opposed to taking a neutral stance, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that, to where possibly a better Republican candidate may have not been able to get that opportunity. So I think that's where the issue may lie here. Now, it says Rollins gave the journalists non-public sensitive DOJ information to create the impression publicly before the primary election that DOJ was or would be investigating his opponent for public corruption, according to the IG office. So it's kind of her really like sticking her foot a little bit too deep in the water, you could say. Says the report found that Rollins lied under oath about that effort when asked about it by investigators. And we already know, guys, you can't lie under oath, guys. You can't lie under the oath. And you especially can't do that when you're a prosecutor. Now, it says Rollins only admitted to being the source during subsequent testimony after Rollins produced relevant text messages, which definitively showed that Rollins had indeed been a source for the reporter and had to disclose to him the internal DOJ recusal reprimandum quoted in the story. The alleged lie to investigators raises the possibility she could be criminally prosecuted. The report additionally found that Rollins violated ethics guidelines by accepting free tickets to a Boston Celtics game. Oh, come on. You can't be doing that. You can't be accepting tickets to a basketball game and helping somebody and defending somebody and or attacking their rival. That's a terrible look. She's got to know this as a prosecutor. You got to think one of the first things you're going to come at as a judge is that's obviously going to be some type of like bribery. Like, oh, of course you defended him. Oh, of course you gave him, that level of office. He bought you Boston Celtics tickets. Come on. She was at the game. She had her foam finger. She was like, yeah, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, by the way, if you guys don't know, Boston Celtics basketball player. He has the best chips. If you guys haven't tried the Jason Tatum's hot barbecue chips, definitely check those out. Now, it says, finally, we found that Rollins continued to accept political contributions to her campaign account after she was sworn in as a U.S. attorney. Now it says, because these contributions described in this section potentially implicate the Hatch Act, we have referred our factual findings to the Office of Special Counsel for its review and handling. The Hatch Act says that any employee of the executive branch of the federal government may not solicit or accept political contributions, which something like tickets to the game. There's a bug. I didn't get it. But would definitely go into the line of, I'm still looking at this bug, political contributions for sure. That could definitely be looked at, like I said, as a bribe. Now it says a separate but related report into Rollins by the Office of Special Counsel said that her multiple acts of misconduct or egregious transgressions of the Hatch ever investigated by the office. The act bars covered by federal employees from using their official office to affect an election, which if this is true, I would say this definitely looks like that if it's true. Now, she decided to resign from her position. She will submit a letter of resignation to Joe Biden by close of business on Friday, her lawyer said. She has been honored to serve over 16 months and is proud of all her office has accomplished during that time, especially in areas of gun violence and civil rights. After the dust settles and she resigns, she will make herself available to answer questions. Until then, she reminds the public of vitally important work the office does and thanks her colleagues for service to the Commonwealth and to our nation. Now, Biden nominated her in 2021 and that year to a tie-breaking vote. Now, it says that Judiciary Committee Chairman Dick Durbin, Dick Durbin, that's a funny name. Just like the double D, like double D's and like Dick Durbin. You guys can see how that could be funny. Like Dick Durbin has double D's. Now I'm wilding. Let me stop. But he said, I'm deeply concerned by Miss Rollins' misconduct as detailed in the Inspector General and Special Counsel's reports and support her immediate resignation. So I'm thinking right now that she definitely did these things. One, because she resigned. A lot of people, when they genuinely feel that they're innocent, they don't resign. A lot of people resign to save face when they already know that they actually did do the things that were wrong and everything like that. So it's very sad to hear. Very sad story. Let me know what you guys definitely think about this story and everything like that. You don't want to see a prosecutor affecting, and everything like that. Judges are supposed to be the most level-headed and grounded people. They're supposed to take their emotions out of it. They're supposed to take what's going on in their life out of it. And they're supposed to just look at the law and make the decision on what's best for, within, the court case, or in this in this case, what's best, who's the best candidate, and everything like that. And accepting Celtics tickets is wild. You can't do something like that. So if that's all true, we can definitely see why she's resigning. But thanks to everybody who's watching the video. I appreciate all the love you guys have been showing me lately. We're gonna hit 600 soon. So if you're watching, definitely help me get to 600 subscribers. That would be great. I'll probably be eating spicy wings for that. I've been eating spicy wings for every 100 subscribers that I get. One day we're going to get 1,000. We're going to get 1,000 hopefully sooner rather than later. But thanks for everybody tuning in. I'm going to take a little break and I'll be right back. And then we're going to talk about this whole Joe Biden came out and had a little bit to say about the debt ceiling, which we talked about earlier. So that's going to be really interesting. And I will be right back.